Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to listen to this thing, Billy DeVore, and sitting next to me is...
Chris Weir, right here.
He's here. He made it.
Billy.
I made it. How are you, pal?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing better than really good. I'm doing terrific.
That was close.
We're watching the game right now. This is Joseph Daniel Votto's first game back off the IL. This is really exciting. First time back since last year. The city is buzzing.
Oh yeah, you could feel them in the streets.
Yeah, I could almost hit a few people driving over here.
Oh, I did hit somebody, but
yeah,
we don't have to talk about it.
They were Rockies fans.
Yeah.
It was a little bumpy.
A little bumpy. They were nobodies. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So anytime I can drop it, I think you should leave quote. I'm going to take the chance.
Oh, absolutely.
This is the debut of this sick hat. You might look under lid and be like, oh my God, that's distracting. Check it out. It's yellow. It's like, what? That's a Reds hat. And it's navy. Boom. That is a 5-way.
In your face.
In your face.
On your head.
On my dome. Dude, it is like checkered on the inside. It is skyline themed.
He's got a hot sauce packet on the lid inside, too.
I'm ready to just dump it in, put it right in the lid, just smack it and get my fill.
Hit the side of your head, looks like you're bleeding.
Yeah, it's well, not a blood packet, but it's like they are blood packets, but it's also like there's a certain term for it too.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
not a bullet pack, like something you chew on. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Some shout that listen to the pod right now.
They're like, I'm a key grip. I know this. I work in props, but we do not work in props. We work in fart jokes and telling you all about these Reds.
Yeah, art.
Art, yes, art on top of art. We're very layered. So, yeah, it's top 4. Williamson's ran into a little bit of trouble, runner at second, but he's got 2 outs. So, let's just get right into it, man. But before we get to the Joseph Votto return, we should talk about the Buccos, the old Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
Their pirate ship had a little snafu by the captain.
Oh, yeah, it did. Got a little choppy.
Little highways were a little choppy. The bus driver going from Chicago to Milwaukee got pulled over for suspicion of DUI, and then they got in there and they were like, oh, yeah, he's definitely going with us. He is drunk.
Yeah. Bus driver was tanked.
Tanked, dude.
NKY reference there.
Dude, he had a little bit too much rum, you know?
Mm-hmm. And, Joey, you have an open position that you can take over for the bus driving. It is now apparently, I didn't realize they fucking contract that shit out. Just like drive a professionally team around. We could do that. We could just like respond to that if I would ever like think they're reaching out on.
We'll just need to like scroll Pittsburgh Craigslist.
Yeah.
And just be like, yeah, no, I can drive a large van.
Yeah. Which
I could totally drive the Pittsburgh Pirates. And as low as they've slashed their budget, I think we could get in.
Yeah, I think so.
No doubt in my mind. It's just so funny that he was driving from Chicago to Milwaukee. Yeah. Which normally, if you're going to get caught in a DUI, you're going the other direction.
Yeah, it's like getting caught driving stoned, like into California.
Dude, I bet like they were driving into Milwaukee, and it's like the same dude who pissed on the concourse. It's like, I got it, I know how to get there.
Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheels.
Yeah, I got caught with weed driving into Bonnaroo. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. Have you
messed it up? No. Oh. I have seen before at Bonnaroo where because they'll check you like going into the actual event. Like you get it checked initially when you're getting like to your tent space, whatever. But like going into the venue as well, you get checked again.
Yeah.
And somebody was bringing in fucking glass bombs with them in a backpack. So stupid. And then I got to witness as they confiscate his stuff, take them over. Then a security guy takes his wristband and cuts it off, and you can just see him just smell like, bro. I delivered so many pizzas for this ticket. Oh, that was so sad. I'm glad I got to see it though.
I remember driving down and just seeing like car after car pulled over, and just so many 19-year-olds' hearts just melt into 75. Like, no, but it's just weed. And they're like, we're Tennessee. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we knew you guys were coming. Come on.
Yeah, come on. We booked Metallica.
Yeah.
Where's the PCP? Where's the speed?
Dude, I was there the year Metallica came. It was wild.
Oh, I bet it was bonkers.
It was great. I was in the pit for that, and I didn't stay the whole time for it because it was just like way too much to keep up with. Hey, because we left and went to go see My Morning Jacket, which was
one of your favorites.
Yeah, and I'll be seeing them this weekend.
It's so exciting.
It's exciting.
We're both going to concerts this weekend.
Yeah. And you went to a fucking a concert.
We did. I saw Bully, Franz Ferdinand, and the Pixies.
Yeah.
The Pixies were just sleepwalking through their set. Lots of new stuff. Like, I left them like, I know a lot of Pixies songs, but I didn't know most of those. But Bully was awesome. They were great. Franz Ferdinand just kicked ass. It was awesome.
Dope.
Oh, is Jonathan India about to go Oppo? Damn. So close. Into the camera well.
Oof. He was a tit hair away.
Just a tit hair away. You know who's not a tit hair away and is back in action?
I think.
Joseph Daniel Votto! Our dad is back! And, dude, that press conference today was incredible.
I got to listen to some clips of it. It was really nice.
I got the alert, and I was like, I'm off of work today, and I am going to watch the whole thing. And it was just goosebumps the whole time.
Yeah.
He knows his role as a leader and as, like, a vet. Like, coming in hot. Like, it's not like he hasn't been around the team and has been an assistant hitting coach, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what he's been with all of these dudes. And you can kind of see with the way that they're hitting, they're just getting on. That's just the Joseph Daniel stamp of approval.
Yeah, the plate discipline. And then I think, like, Will Benson even attributed his recent success to Votto when he went back down in AAA and got to play with Votto. He's having an effect whether he's in up with the Reds or not. So it's great that he's actually on the bench now.
No, so you doing it? It's short, just short of the warning track. You got good wood on it.
Yeah.
What was really cool to hear him say is just like what will bring camaraderie and approval from my team is performance.
Yeah.
He knows like it's shit or get off the pot. I have to perform, or else I'm not going to be long for this team.
Exactly. He knows his spot is not given, it's earned, and it's going to have to come with his current state of play. So really excited. He knows, what he's got to do to produce.
Yeah. And what was interesting is him breaking down why he took more time off and coming back, because he said like he couldn't really feel his hand and his arm going through just because of how disconnected. Now I'm just doing like a fake Macarena right now, trying to figure out how to bat lefty, which is this way. So yeah, like he couldn't get enough push off of that back arm and couldn't get enough control with his hands and his arms. So acknowledging that and being patient, that's an amazing sign of maturity that not a lot of folks would have. And this team being so young can learn from.
Yeah, I think so too. Really excited to see him on that bench with those dudes there and out there playing.
Yeah.
Fucking stoked.
Dude, it's so sick. My favorite quote of the whole thing, for me anyway, was, I'm ready to get back to smash mode.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking legendary statement right there.
Oh, goosebumps.
He's already goofing around with the kids. I think the first inning he was messing around with Stevenson. So, I mean, it's great. It's great to see them having fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was a fly out to the mound, and he went over, and Ellie was right next to me. He was like, no, this is my ball.
Yeah.
This is my ballpark.
I've been waiting on this one.
I've been so ready to get back out there. You can back off. You'll be here for a long time. Me, not so much.
Yeah, only got a handful of these pop-ups left.
Oh, he's just standing there. He just goes up to him, and he catches. He goes, oh, first time, long time?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he knows where he's at. And my whole takeaway from him coming back, everything he was saying all the right stuff, and then somewhat of kind of there was a negative feedback from some people who are just dipshits.
Yeah.
Just saying, there's multiple people who said, just retire. You're going to end the winning streak. This is all your fault. Go back to Canada. Boof poutine or whatever. And I just say nay to those people and those people who are screaming for CES.
Yeah. And first off, those people, one, they've never had poutine. It's amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah. Second off, Joey, and like we kind of covered a little bit, whether or not he is producing on the field, he still is a benefit having on the bench. But like he acknowledged, he needs to also come with production, up at the plate here, because otherwise he will be letting the team down. So he knows that. But I don't doubt, management will make the right moves if something were to happen to where he isn't the best person to be in whatever spot they throw him.
Yeah, exactly. They'll just be like, well, we'll just keep rotating him in. And you could already see with CES this over the weekend, they had him playing right field.
Yeah.
So they're like trying to find any spot for him to come up. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the shiny new toy.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But there's no need to completely rush and just be like, Jeremy, now. He's only got 201 ABs in AAA.
Yeah, and there's a few things now of just letting it settle with the introduction again of Senzel and now Votto to see what's the best options before you introduce something else in the equation that exponentially makes it more difficult to, isolate and figure out what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, this is Ellie De La Cruz's 12th game playing.
Mm-hmm.
Matt McClain's been here for 22 games, right? They're rushing these dudes up to the big leagues.
Yeah, we take for granted how few games these guys have had in the big leagues. And it does go to show how well they've been able to do. I take that for granted, thinking about, like, Matt McClain, of, like, how familiar he seems like to having plate discipline. And I already just have that locked into his character of, like, oh, he doesn't swing at those pitches. It's like, he hasn't been here for a month.
Yeah. He's maybe been here like 5 weeks. And it's just like, oh, he already looks like where he's getting comps to Bregman, comps to Altuve.
Yeah.
Two of the best hitters in the American League.
Yeah, and that's great that we already have that confidence in them, and it seems to resonate within the clubhouse as well themselves. But it's taking a step back, realize, like, holy crap! I mean, this is just a month. Really, this team has really started to figure out, like, who they are, and they're still adding pieces to the puzzle here.
And they're hotter than piss.
Very hot this right now.
Hot, steamy pee-pee.
Yeah, so it's 8 games in a row right now, and they are on track. Hopefully, they can maintain a lead over the Rockies right now. They're up 2-1. And I can't see what it is.
I think it's now top 5. Yeah, Williamson's at 72 pitches, which, good for him. That's 1 run through 4 innings of work. That is extremely manageable.
Yeah, and his stuff has looked really good, too. He was coming at him. He's starting off, I think, just about every count. He was ahead of the batter, so he's able to, throw that big curveball that he has, or try to waste a pitch, not waste a pitch, but have someone higher out of the zone than what typically he would. Well, that's a little too much.
He's starting to fade a little bit. That's the thing with him that I've noticed is when he hits, 55, 60 pitches, I mean, he looked clean those first 2 innings.
Oh, absolutely.
And he goes in with a game plan, attacks, and then if he just gets, it's not that he's a little off, it's that now he is extremely off, but we'll get to him more later. But tonight, there were a lot of, left-handed pitcher on the mound. So you don't have your normal fellas. You don't got Friel in center. You don't have Fraley in right. Will Myers, I think he is now working at Midas.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fixing brake pads.
Well, that's fine. I mean, he can probably do much better there, be more serviceable than what he is in the Reds lineup right now. So, good luck, Will Myers, whatever's going on. But, yeah.
He's batting 183 in AAA.
It's not getting it done. That's real bad.
How do you not cut bait?
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things, like, it's easy for us having invested no money into them. And what was his contract for? They gave
1 year, $7 million.
Yeah, so they're trying to say, like, maybe there's light at the end of this tunnel here. It's like, we do not got time to find the end of this tunnel. It's a lost cause.
Nope, there's people waiting. Come on, we got depth here. And it's hard to tell, someone that has turned it around like a Will Benson to be like, sorry, man, we're paying this guy, so we're going to have another hole in our lineup.
Yeah, dude. We just cut ties with him. And fucking Benson, dude, just rocket. The way he's able to lay off pitches right now is just really exciting. And then he's just letting his talent and his hands just work for him.
Oh, yeah, dude. So I was looking at it, and obviously there's more to talk about later, but since he got called back up May 26th through yesterday, he has a 11.7 strikeout rate compared to 18.2% walk rate.
Wow.
That means, one, a lot of contact, putting the ball into play, but overall he's being disciplined.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you see in today's game a higher walk rate than K rate?
Yeah, it's not often. And these guys are still really young, and they just do seem to be a lot more comfortable at the plate. I'm sure it has a lot to do with how they're coaching down in the minors, how they're developing the players, because it does seem to permeate with a lot of the younger players. They do seem to be pretty. They have a good understanding of what their zone is.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was like their mental coaching, like we said with Will a couple of weeks, like about 3. Oh, nice recovery! Off the chest, bouncing around. All right,
that was rolling.
One run through 5. That's awesome. For Brandon Williamson, but like with Will, like I think, like we all said, like he had the physical tools, he had the ability. It was just all in his noggin.
Yeah,
and it was just him coming back up, walking it off, and he's just been locked in. And so I'm looking here, and I'm looking at this 1 through 9. Now that Dad is back, how are you building your lineup?
Man, there's not a lot of wrong answers here, which is great. However, I'm still in the camp of India was the best number 1 leadoff hitter that the Reds have seen in about a decade. Like, it's just he seems to have done really well in that role. He's doing great as the 3-hole hitter, but no one has produced more than what India has in the 1-hole in quite a while. So I would lead off with India, McLean second. And in the 3-hole, I'm going right now, Spencer Steer, just because of how recently he's been producing. Then I'm probably going to go someone like possibly like Stevenson or Fraley, depending on a lefty or righty who's thrown. Then I'm going Ellie De La Cruz, Votto, maybe then like it's just Senzel, Fraley. It's I don't know. I don't really know. I do know. I do want to see a Fraley in the 9-hole because I do like to see the idea of Fraley and then turning it over to Jonathan India.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I know I got a little sketchy towards the end there. But.
No, you didn't get sketchy. I like the idea of left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah.
So you got Friel up top, and looking at it even more and looking back at what he's done. I mean, Friel does have a higher on base percentage clip.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a higher average, obviously, but on base is most important when you're leading off. So I kind of would I think I need to apologize and say I'm wrong and put him there. McLean too, because then he's another guy. Oh! Joseph! Yes!
Yeah, dude!
Woo! Davey! Dad's back!
Yeah, he is!
Woo!
Kicked open the fucking front door!
Dad!
Who's messing with my thermostat?
Oh, yeah! Yeah, just duking him out. No,
fuck yeah.
You're not getting that high five, motherfucker. Yeah!
No.
Woo! That shoulder is good, and he's ready to fucking roll.
Turn on it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
donning it.
Donning the Viking helmet. Yeah, he looks good in it.
Yeah, baby.
He needs to bring back the beard he had in the booth.
Ooh.
When he's wearing that. Oh, buddy, boy. Yes.
Nice. That was clean.
Dude, that was crushed.
Fuck yeah, man.
He has been waiting for that moment for so long. Dude, is he going to do the wave to the crowd? Yeah, look at that. Icon.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. That's our Hall of Famer, baby. Holy shit.
Could you imagine bad-mouthing that?
No, if I'm an idiot, yeah.
Yeah, it's insanity.
If I'm a dumbass, then I do. Yeah, what if Senzel goes back to back? Yeah, I shouldn't say it. I tried to speak it into existence.
All good.
Damn, that was so sick. And now, after that homer, you've got 2 outs, and then you're at the 8th spot in the lineup. How fucking crazy is that?
That's awesome, dude. That was so easy looking.
Oh, smoked. Oh, here's the fake out. That's what. Nah, get out of here. Don't you touch me. He's having so much fun. Dude, he has been dreaming of this all season, and he does it.
Takes the hat off.
In his second at-bat.
Awesome, dude.
Dude, that was horned.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that Viking helmet.
Yeah, exactly. Right too.
All right, so I got Friel 1, McLean 2. So there's your 2 high on base percentage guys. 3, you've got India, who, I mean, this last week has hit 3 homers.
Yeah.
Who's thriving in that spot and wants to, I think he's starting to change his approach where he wants to hit for more power.
For sure.
And he's doing it, and he's doing it successfully. Is he doing the trade-off of more power, less average? Of course. Mm-hmm. You got to be hunting, but he's developed into that role where he doesn't feel like he has to be the on-base dude immediately. He's accomplished that. He does that. And then he said, look, you've already got guys who can do that. I can be versatile and fill other roles.
Yeah, he's definitely really stepped into that role really well.
And then you've got Ellie who can hit from both sides of the plate. As of late, well, no, but we'll get to that. And then you've got Joseph Daniel Votto, hitting in that 5 spot. To if Ellie strikes out and Friel, McLean, India are on, there's 4 RBIs, baby. And then you follow that with Stevenson or the DH there. CS eventually. 7 Senzel, 8 Fraley. So which means Senzel gets on. Fraley, an RBI machine who can bring in the speed of Senzel. And then your 9 hole is your catchers. And then you flip that back over.
That's awesome.
That is a lot less holes than we had 4 weeks ago.
Totally. And I know a team that's known necessarily for home runs, but 1 through 9, all these guys have pop. Some more than others, but everyone there is a home run threat to some degree. Sure. And they are a team that hunts. So.
Oh, yeah. They hunt that high fastball and they fucking take it out to right field like our dad, Joseph Daniel Votto. I love this team. This is truly America's team.
It is.
How do you think the nickname?
It makes them happy. It's funny. So, I mean, I'll get behind it. It's just one of those things where, like, it seems like such an inside thing to them. I'm sure it goes well around the inside of the clubhouse. So I'll get on board. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that it's funny to them.
Dude, you sound like a parent who doesn't understand Pokemon cards.
I know. I don't understand what it is. He's got these hit points. He's got that hit points. All I know is someone's got to take out the trash. All right?
No, I'll take him down to the trading card shop to get his Pokemon's cards, but, I don't get it.
Pokemon!
I don't get it, but it makes him happy.
I'm supportive.
I'm so supportive. It's so nice. Makes my sons happy. That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. So,
what's your take?
I love it. I think it's awesome because there we go. Stuart Fairchild, get on, baby.
Yeah, man.
Here's my take on it. I love it because America's team, this team plays blue-collar baseball. Mm-hmm. They get on. They're fast. They take chances. They steal bags. They go first to third. They're smart about it, except for Jake Fraley.
And Will Benson sometimes.
Jake Fraley is our number 1 target for this, where he's that play in Houston where he was trying to, he hit a single, turned first, full stop, and it was like, oh, I can get the double. These other 2 are scoring, and then bolted and just got hosed.
Yeah.
But, they're playing blue-collar baseball. They're not, getting up there. They're taking a walk or, the dinker, and then there's someone coming up hitting a 3-run bomb, and then they're slowly jogging around playing white-collar baseball.
Exactly.
They are playing.
They're not working from home. They're not doing this remotely.
No, they're under the hood of a Ford changing the oil pan.
They got a greasy rag over their shoulders playing ball. They're going station to station, pal.
Well, I'll tell you, there's something wrong with his catalytic converter.
I'll get it started, bro. I get off at 4. My buddy's going to have to come on in here. His name Will Benson. He'll clean it right on up.
You clean it right on up. And, we got this guy in the break room. He's been doing this for almost 22 years. He's from Canada. Odd fella, Joseph Daniel Votto. He'll fix it right up.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it is fucking great. Hard-nosed team.
I love it, dude. Oh, man. So America's team, it really fucking sticks for me. And especially after what happened with Ricky Karcher, man, on, That was like the perfect introduction to all of it. Just going up, it's your last option, your bullpen's taxed.
Yeah.
And this guy's hurling fastballs trying to hit the 6th row behind the home plate.
Dude, I started off watching on TV, and then when we went to extras, I was just like, dude, I'm just going to get on my phone and just watch the updates. It was just like a little too stressful. And I thought my phone was messed up because I was checking like the pitch track, and I was like, how's that got a ball? And I'm not seeing – he was throwing outside like the range of the cell phone to the tracking device. It was so fucking crazy.
It's on my dynamic island up here.
Yeah, I had an extender. I had to get my iPad.
To see more what's going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, man, tongue out, too, while he's throwing up the helmet.
Oh, God, that's
Dude,
great.
yeah, I was texting you while it's going on. I'm sweating bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, how is this? I mean, how's this happen? Walking him loaded. He had control issues in AAA. They reared their ugly head. And Kirk was always like, hey, man, don't throw that fastball.
We got to work on that fastball.
We got to work on that. And then he's just like, well, fuck it. Starts chucking him.
I got this slider.
It might break over the plate.
Who knows?
Who knows? I'm Ricky Karcher. I'm back in Louisville. And be damned, he works through it with just what looks like if Anne Frank went to a shooting range. Wait. No. Helen Keller.
There you go. It's bad. I didn't even catch it at first.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's terrific.
Oh, no.
We'll isolate that one.
Yeah. The girl in the attic went to the shooting range.
Now, what is that? You're saying Jewish people can't shoot a gun?
I'm telling you. I don't think it's in their skill set. It's in mine, but I don't know. It's in my Jewish set. Because I'm a hillbilly, and it's like, we're going to teach you how to shoot a gun. And then it's just, oh, God. I'm embarrassed, but it's also very funny.
That's funny.
It's so funny. It's my favorite is the changeup at the top of the top of the plate when you're looking at the diagram, where you just fucking bounced it.
Oh, he centered that.
That's just front. That's like front, back, left pocket, like pool shot right there.
Oh yeah, he dropped it down in there.
Right in the wicker basket. But and then just after, he gets out of the Kirk Casale's making circus catches. Keeping everything in front of it, like that is the work of a true vet right there.
Oh yeah, I think I think Ricky should have bought Kirk Casale a nice steak dinner after that.
I got you a nice steak dinner. We're going to Ponderosa.
I brought a few steaks in my pocket too.
I've got a loyalty card.
I brought my own A1 sauce. It's just ketchup. I'm making it home.
I'm making it home. It's dropping in. Bummer.
Right? I feel like they're going to have to get somebody open the pen pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, him going 5 1/3 is a stretch. I mean, there was that when we, what was that? Oh, that was the Zach Brown night where he went 7 and looked great. But yeah, he comes off all, grimy and headband and chaw in the size of his entire mouth. Mm-hmm. And Jim's like, so how are you feeling? He's like, holy shit.
Oh, God, did I strike out the side?
Oh, no, I fucking did. Oh, my God, I did it.
Did I record a sale? Oh, goddamn.
And Kurt's in the corner, just like, he said shit.
Oh, no, man.
He was going to fire a fastball, so might as well be that one. It could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
But what was also so great is just, everybody standing at the edge of the dugout, watching him, heckling him.
That was pretty dope.
And then that's where they finally let loose America's team. And I couldn't be more behind it. Because Ricky Karcher looks like he wears only American flag boxers.
I can say that. Or no boxers.
No boxers. I let my skid stains ride.
Yeah. I need to free this cock.
From a hog. Thank God these pants are gray. So he's back in AAA. It was so fun, but the genesis of America's team couldn't have gone off a better way.
Yeah, it was great. It was a nice start to it. They've got nice
shit.
Yeah.
First to third.
Damn.
Oh, that was a good throw by Senzel out and right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was on a line. If he would have brought that in.
Yeah, it was on the money.
Kevin Newman is not having a good game defensively. He fumbled that one last inning. He didn't bring that throw in. That was a fucking dart.
Yeah.
From Senzel. Dad dove. Not his fault. It's his first game back.
The guy on, or he's at least playing up a bit. So
yeah, I would like to see that one more time. They're not going to give it to us. So we won 8 games, and I think I can say with 100% confidence that none of those games was won by starting pitching.
No. There was a lot of offense. There was a lot of late night rallies going on. There was a lot of help from the bullpen. And it was definitely a lot of nail biters that were going on because it was rocky for a lot of innings up front.
Oh, rocky, because that's where they're...
Son of a bitch!
That's where they're playing right now.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no, you're for sure right. I mean, looking at Luke Weaver against Kansas City, 4 2/3, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, 3 Ks, 5 whiffs with a 25.8% called strike whiff percentage. Not good. And especially against an offense that is not good, you kind of hoped he'd be a little bit better. I think he's gotten a little figured out.
Yeah, it's definitely you want to see him throw a lot more strikes, and he just like we're seeing tonight, at least the first few innings, where Williamson was starting off ahead. He was starting off with a strike, and it just makes your pitches a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, dude, a lot cleaner. So then you can have your out pitch available sooner, and it seems like he is throwing strikes, but those all are in the center of the plate.
Yeah, they were waiting for the fastball. They weren't going to let that happen. They weren't going to get behind in the count, like on their second, third time through.
No.
Seeing it, like, okay, I see what you're doing. That fastball isn't going to fool me again, so I'm going to wait on it. So I'm going to be swinging at the first or second pitch here.
Yeah, and same with Brandon Williamson. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 7 hits, no walks, 1 K, 7 whiffs. Again, the big number for both of those is 3 earned runs. When the Reds get to 5 runs and their starters do that, and the bullpen's fairly rested, excellent spot. Mm-hmm. But if it goes over that, also not great. Did that guy? I thought he caught it in his beer. Like we almost had another beer catch. Yeah. But and then Ben Lively again. I mean, 5 2/3 is more than Luke Weaver, but it's also a third of an inning short from a quality start. Lot of hits, 2 earned runs, 10 hits, 4 Ks. Again, still keeps you in it, but you kind of hoped for better against a team that's missing Vinny Pasquantino, who's out for the year. Bobby Witt Jr. did not look like himself or the guy that everyone drafted and said was going to be the next phenom. Nick Prado, another big guy for them, back disappeared. Sal Perez was the only guy really who you're like, yeah, he's unshakable.
Yeah, dude, he got beat up so bad that one game. It's like every foul tip was hitting him, and he got hit by a pitch. Dude, that was hilarious and sad at the same time.
So funny. Oh, here we go. This is a great stat. During an 8-game winning streak, 15 inherited runners, 0 runs scored.
Yeah, he's been stepping up. Farmer has.
The entire bullpen, and I've got a fun stat for you when we get to that.
All right.
I spoke too soon. Andrew Abbott did win the game, the first game in Houston. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks, but most importantly, zilch.
Goose egg.
0 earned runs.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Just seeing not only like those numbers, which are very, very, very small ball theater at this point for him for just his 3 starts, but how he settles into being a pitcher and goes after hitters, doesn't care, what the circumstances are. He is there. He's a gamer. I think he fits right in to the culture of this ball club.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And what he's also doing with that pitch mix, he's elevating really well, and he's dropping that curveball and the slider and the sweeper low. Mm. So he's constantly changing eye levels. And with how deceptive he is, that's a winning formula. Those aren't like sexy fantasy baseball numbers, But the most important thing is the fucking 0 earned runs.
Yeah, when you isolate just those pitches, they don't look that great, but it's how he's combining them. It's how he's going about setting up pitches, which makes them very successful. So it's not just he has like one great pitch, it's just he has a series of good pitches that he knows how to throw.
Yeah, he can drop a changeup at the bottom of the zone and then flip it on you. Say he gets a fastball by outside. He can flip a changeup low or a curveball low, get ahead of you 0-2. You're already looking down since he's hit there twice. Well, if you're looking down and he's hitting you 93 up, it's going to look like 98, 99. They'll be behind it. Done.
Yeah, it's coming out like the back of his head. It's got that same flight path up until it kind of zips a little bit.
Little.
Yeah, queefs up a little bit.
Queff up, baby. That's the name of our next podcast. Queff up.
Queff up. We're from Vancouver.
Hey, buddy. Andrew Abbott is the first Major League pitcher since 1893, when the mound was moved to its current distance to begin his career with 3 consecutive scoreless inning starts of at least 5 innings. 1893. I have a few things that were not around in 1893.
Mm-hmm.
The Model T.
Oh, my God.
If you're curious, that's 1908. So a few years later. Women voting.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Abbott record right there. And last one for you, indoor plumbing in the United States. Not common in 1893.
And that's how far that record goes back. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. And so I've changed his name to General Andrew Custer Abbott.
That's great. Yeah. Records like people with names that have those sorts of weird sounds. That's fucking incredible.
It's pretty nuts. I mean, we need to give him a big, bushy, moving up onto his face, like sideburn, wrapping around a mustache that constantly reeks of like Old Crow whiskey.
We can do that. We'll send him like an ascot or something he can have too.
Yeah, smallpox blanket.
Mm-hmm. He'll know what we mean.
He'll get it.
Yeah.
He'll know it. Yeah,
it's in the mail. That's already on the web.
Yeah. The big leghorn. You'll get it. Hunter Green against Houston, though. He didn't have his best stuff, but it didn't matter. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, 3 Ks.
Yeah, he kept it down when he needed to. He was resilient. It wasn't the typical Hunter Green performance strikeout wise, but he did a very good job of getting us through. Was it 6 innings there?
Yeah. Against a team that hunts fastballs.
Yeah. And fuck, dude, that was on such a long streak. Everyone that's doing stuff like above average at that point, I mean, Grady always did turn like a great performance, but stringing it together continuously like that as a team, that's also like a really good skill to have.
1,000%. And he was just elevating his fastball again and dropping the slider low. A changeup through it 3 times, but look, he was just trying to get out of this thing alive.
Yeah,
he knew that.
Yeah, it was obvious he didn't have his best stuff. Throwing a little bit different than what he typically would, but he knew that, recognized it, followed a different game plan, and had a great result because of it. Got another win. Yeah,
another win, and then followed up with another Luke Weaver start. 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 10 hits, 2 walks. I feel like I'm just retreading again with this fucking guy.
Yeah, I feel like we keep repeating ourselves. Like very similar numbers a lot of times here.
Similar numbers, similar approach.
Yeah, he's not really changing much, and these are the things that we can't. If we really do want to make a playoff push and do any sort of damage, you can't have perpetually a starter that's having your bullpen come in, in the 5th inning.
Well, I mean, if they're coming in the 6th, that's fine because then he's through 5. Like, it's not the problem I'm having here is the 5 earned runs.
Yeah.
That shit's not sustainable. And eventually, I mean, Houston without Yordan Alvarez, with Altuve still adjusting to game speed, even though he went 4 for 4. I think it was the game before. Yeah, no, it was that game he went 4 for. Or no, it was that Friday. No, yeah. It was this game he went 4 for 4. So doesn't matter because the bullpen was lights out until right now, Jesus Christ, tie ball game, bases juice, no outs. Buck Farmer looks like he's about to fucking barf.
Yeah, dude, he's about ready to rip that Amish beard off.
I was afraid he was going to bend over and rip his pants and be like, I got to get out of here.
He's just wearing like those jean shorts.
Never nude?
Yeah, the never nude.
The never nude. Until tonight, bullpen was fucking nails.
Yeah, dude, they're just not giving up hits, not giving up runs.
There were, I'm looking at this right here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys out of your pen, and you used 9 last week. 5 of them left 100% of the batters, Jesus Christ. They left 100% of the runners that they faced on base.
You can't ask for anything more.
You can't. Lucas Sims, .143 BABIP. Fernando Cruz, 167 BABIP. Alexis Diaz, 143 BABIP. Daniel Duarte, 182 BABIP. That's ungodly.
Yeah. That's absolutely amazing. Question to you.
Hit me.
What do we do, because we ran across this, when Diaz is a little gassed? We've been using him a lot. He just threw 3 straight balls.
Yeah, he did. And they were all outside. You should not be afraid of this dude. Brendan Doyle has some power, but not enough that you couldn't fool him. Get one over the plate, dude. Don't walk it in. Thank God. Now live there.
Yeah.
Live a little lower, and you'll be fine.
Man. But as far as having a guy that'll come in and be your secondary closer, who do you think that will be? Are we going to have to trade for that, or is it someone already?
Your trade. I think you're going to have to trade for it. Tony Santin isn't a known commodity. You know, like, you kind of know where he is, but he's been hurt a lot. There has been promise, but you don't have someone that you can guarantee to slam the door when you had Ian Jabot falter.
Yeah.
He's been solid, but I don't know if he's that dude to slam the door like you have with Alexis Diaz. Lucas Sims, though, has been excellent setting up and closing, but you can't go those many days in a row. You need another known veteran commodity, and dudes who will be available, Liam Hendricks will be available, Aroldis Chapman, who already said he's open to returning.
Yeah, that was interesting to hear.
But, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't really think that he had such a great time. It was my impression that he felt his time in Cincinnati could have gone better. I'm not sure if he felt he was played incorrectly. So I was a little surprised to hear that he would look for a return. But then again, he's playing on a not so great, Royals team right now. So I think getting to any other team would be, something I want to do as well.
Yeah, and he also hit 104 over the weekend. He's still got it, and he's pitching to get out of there. So I think it would be nice to have someone like him, unknown commodity, who has been here before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty sweet. Him, Liam Hendricks, and Aroldis isn't going to cost you much. You could easily pull the wool over their eyes and dump them some guy who's lower in your organization pitching wise, because the Royals are just going to ruin them. I mean, that's just their MO. So. Yeah, I think that's what's going to make me most comfortable.
Yeah, having a reliable guy that can play the 8th inning or fill in to shut the door.
Yeah,
well.
Right. He can come in. He could be a guy that comes in the 7th too. I mean, and if you're looking at like a 3-game playoff series, it's like you can rotate a couple of those dudes, 7th, 8th, Diaz 9th, whatever. Diaz did give up a bomb over the weekend, but still. Very not concerned at all. Yeah, fuck you, Mike Moustakas. So, we'll see. And we'll see what happens when this bullpen that's been a little taxed, and especially after the run and tonight, how they're going to look this weekend against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Which is a lineup that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenging series there. So, man, a lot to see. Hopefully they do. I'm curious to see if they do add to their bullpen, which, I mean, I don't see them not doing. I just think it'd be really silly if they didn't.
Right.
So, yeah, that'll be a fun series coming up, but I am curious to see how they're going to stitch together, like, the final 2-3 innings.
Yeah. And speaking of, and then now you've got this offense that's rolling. We already touched on Will Benson. Matt McClain, dude, since the beginning of June, Matt McClain, 293, 329, 480 with a 110 weighted runs created plus.
Dude is fucking nails.
Nails, dude. And then India, 147 weighted runs created plus since the start of this last week. With 3 homers, 240, 321, 640 in the last week.
They're looking good. I mean, they're so they just cause absolute destruction to pitching. Right now, it's so fun to watch. It seems like when a pitcher is like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad I got through that at bat," and someone just fucking just ropes one, jacks one.
Yeah.
It's just a nasty fucking situation if you're going against the Reds right now.
Yeah, because then the big thing too is Ellie, when he gets on, this offense explodes.
Oh, for sure.
It just goes bananas. What was that? The first or second game against the Royals, he gets on first, and then next thing you know, they turn around and score 5 runs because he has created enough of a distraction on the base paths that it's just how am I supposed to worry about this freak athlete who's got the fastest sprint speed in all of the sport? Or do I worry about the guy at the dish who could take me yard or move him first to third with a flick of the wrist?
Yeah, and even if, say, they don't score a run that inning and you don't think he was successful out there, he disrupts a rhythm to where that will have an effect, throughout the game. A lot of times you'll see that where all of a sudden a pitcher that was just on a roll just seems to just be completely off after, Ellie gets on base, because that's what speed will do.
Yeah, but the big thing has been him getting on base.
Mm-hmm.
Since the start of last week, not including the game that's happening right now, where Alex Young just walked in Mike I.L. Moustakas, 182, 217, 227. Those aren't great numbers, but again, the highlight of the weekend was him bolting down first and outrunning Jose Abreu at first.
He outran a ground ball to first. That's unreal.
It's bananas. That shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, it's just so thrilling to watch anytime it comes into play. He's a must-watch athlete.
Yeah, but he's getting carved up where it's Greinke put on a master class, hit him with 3 different pitches, varying speeds, and it's just sit down over here. I mean, tonight hasn't looked great again, being hit with a lot of off-speed stuff.
Yeah, it's becoming pretty evident. And we knew that he didn't see a lot of off-speed pitches, at least to this degree, in efficiency when he was in the minors. So he's seeing a lot of these pitches to a certain quantity for the first time. So he is learning, but yeah, dude, and they're definitely exploiting that. But when he does get on, he does make up for that, and I don't see any reason why his on-base percentage and pitch recognition isn't going to improve.
It'll vastly improve. I mean,
Again, 12 games, right?
12 games.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. He'll make the change.
Mm.
It's just, it might take a little longer, but once he gets on, everything else fires away.
Yeah, and none of the pitchers are pitching any of the other Reds the way they're pitching Ellie De La Cruz.
No, because they don't pitch Matt McClain the same way because he's just going to tag everything.
Yeah. But yeah, he definitely is great, but they'll definitely go at him. They're not worried as much about the fastball thrown to Matt McClain, although they fucking probably should be. But, I mean,
Yeah.
He's hitting everything. But yeah, it just seems like with Cruz, it's we're going slower. You might see one fastball. Or if it is, it's by, an expert, Zach Greinke character that just knows how to, I know how to get you off balance, get you out.
And it's the fastball's coming in early and he's not hopping on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so if he's waiting and he's biting, trying to get a feel for it, you can't, if you think that's your pitch, this is going to go against what they told you in AAA, I would have to assume, but go up there free swinging.
Yeah. I'm sure in AAA you saw a lot more fastballs, so it was pretty easy to just feel a lot more, confident that it's coming your way. But yeah, it seems like he's waiting on pitches that just aren't coming.
Correct. And he'll make that adjustment. We just have to be patient and know that everyone else can pick him up in the meantime, including Joseph Daniel Votto.
Absolutely.
God damn.
I love that. I want to see them back to back. I do want to see a Joseph Daniel Votto and a Cruz, or flop them around a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so cool.
It's so awesome. And having Fraley back too, I mean, getting these guys back. TJ Hopkinson back to AAA. Jose Barrero option back to AAA. We all knew that was inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
And Jose Barrero could be a nice trade piece. You package him with, say, a Kevin Newman to Kansas City and not have to give up a prospect and go, these are two guys that you'll have control for Newman 2 years and Barrero 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to give up anything crazy or go down the depth chart. I don't know, man, but coming to this trade deadline, I don't know how confident I am trading for a starting pitcher, knowing how much it's going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
When you have Graham Ashcraft coming back next week, hopefully this time off, and his leg recovering, also mean his brain recovered, and he's got a feel for stuff again, and that he looks like the old Graham Ashcraft that we fell in love with.
Yeah, and I think with the way the Reds are scoring runs a lot too, a starting pitcher might not be what we see them go after, but hopefully they do add to the pitching. That's what I really hope that they do. Yeah,
I was looking, Charlie Goldsmith tweeted out a spreadsheet that he made of likely trade candidates for starting pitching, and a lot of them, like immediately, Dylan Cease, Lucas Giolito Lucas would be a rental. Cease would be a 2-year. Who else? Stroman. He might not cost you a lot, but that's in division. Tyler Anderson for the Angels, a guy that's not pitched well. So there's a lot of not options that I like, but there's a lot more options that I do like that only cost money in the offseason. So if you don't have to force it, don't. But but that's so far away. We have so much time to worry about it. And speaking of worrying, my big worry, Nick Lodolo, he underwent an MRI on June 14th, made progress in his recovery. However, doctors have instructed him to remain in his walking boot for at least another 2 weeks. He's able to continue throwing from his knees and keep his arm in shape. Once out of the boot, it's expected that Lodolo would need another 4 to 6 weeks before he'd be ready to return to the team, which would take his return into August. That's almost like picking up a lefty, like a trade right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is really unfortunate. I'm not quite sure what the composition of the Reds starting pitching is going to look like, or even their bullpen for that matter. But that's you want to see him. I just want to see him involved so much with this. He was doing so well, and it's such a bummer for him. That's going to be until at least August until he's able to throw from the mound again.
Right, which is after the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Someone who has been dominant going down on the farm, Connor Phillips. Dude, he's the player to be named later we got for Winker and Suarez. His last 6 starts, 32 and 2/3 innings, 2.48 ERA, 57 strikeouts in his last start, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 8 Ks. Boy, howdy, that's nice.
Those are some pretty numbers.
Those are some real pretty numbers from a guy who I would have to assume. Oh, Moustakas moosed it!
Yeah, baby.
There we go.
This is where we take control. It's still the 6th here too.
We need to talk shit about Ellie. I think that's been the biggest method here.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Ellie.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's crazy is he didn't know how to field that because he didn't play third base a lot at this ballpark.
True.
Got him. Smoked him.
Fucking fat. Yeah.
Burned. And then Rhys Hines. Over 6 games, Rhys Hines in AA, 381, 500, 1.238 OPS with 6 homers and 11 RBIs.
Oh, I took a cut at that.
He did. Big whiff, big strike. And then Edwin Arroyo in Dayton. Number 3 prospect, wheels in the third base. He has 22 extra base hits in 53 games this year for the Dayton Dragons.
Wow.
Lots of guys doing stuff.
That's awesome that it's not a depleted system at this point.
It's nowhere close.
Yeah.
It's so thick.
I love it. What is it again?
Thick.
Yeah, it is. And hopefully that continues to attract talent that has yet to arise yet here. So that's great, for the future.
That was a big hack at that curveball.
Yeah, he's just getting super impatient.
Yeah, he knows he's getting worked.
Yeah, talking about Cruz right now. He took 2 very big hacks at pitches he had no business swinging at.
None.
Some nice big, look like curveballs there, something biting. And laid off of that one. That's good.
Alrighty, here. Let's take a look at what we got coming up. Right now, 5-4 Reds are leading in the top of the 8th. So this one's undetermined, but 2 more at home against the Rockies off Thursday. And then the biggest matchup of this young season still. Well, it's not that young. We're almost to the middle, but, a little over a third of the way.
Yeah.
The Braves, the class of the National League, coming to Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, it'll be a great test for this team here.
Yeah, 100%. Just to see, you're down 100 green, you get Ashcraft back. Just drill him right in the elbow. Luke's fading already. He's like, oh boy, I was.
And that's not a guy. Yeah, that guy just his first at bat swinging something over his eyes.
Yeah,
that got away from him.
It did. So, but yeah, man, Rockies. Let's keep it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be happy, honestly, getting 1 from the Braves. But if you get 2 out of 3, that's a huge success.
Yeah, it's unrealistic that this team is going to continue to win the entirety of the rest of the schedule. But, they're doing great right now. Hopefully they keep it rolling. Love to see them get the first win against this Rockies team and play, a good, solid baseball like they have been against the Braves.
Yes. So let's round third and head for home. What do you got coming up?
I will be at Symposium next Tuesday.
No, you won't.
No? Tuesday after that?
It closed.
Oh, for real? Was that it?
Yeah, it's done. Toast.
Fuck that. Well, then I'll be at Go Bananas 6th through the 9th in July, and then I'll be at Detroit, much different, at the Independent Comedy Club on the 29th, I believe. I'll post some more dates.
Nice. Right on. I'm in Chicago this weekend at a music festival. It's going to be so fun. So I'll be watching LCD Sound System with my phone out in my lap, just like, go Reds!
Fuck yeah.
Yeah! So it'll be sick. So thank you for listening, watching, however you're consuming this delightful podcast. Check out intheclutch.com. Use promo code NASTYBOYS, all caps, to get 10% off all your MLBPA needs, including Spencer Steer, Jonathan India, Tyler Stevenson, Ellie De La Cruz, Joey Votto tees. Check it out. And thank you for joining me, bud.
Hey, anytime. Thanks for stopping by.
Of course. And as always, go Red Legs.
Go Red Legs.